Shan't take but a moment. Don't start with that now. Alright. Save that. Save that so we can get monetized for this. Alright. With that out of the way, we should be good to go. Alright. What that chat do, though?
They're saying hello.
Hello, hello. Good to have everybody on. We won't waste any time. I'll get right into the fun stuff. So let me see. Classic Slayer, Valiant Warrior, and just Slayer. That means Warden or Warmonger. Warden? You know, I can't remember the last time I played Warden. I better go ahead and do that.
Probably yesterday.
No, I don't think I played Warden yesterday. In fact, I don't think I played For Honor yesterday. Did I play For Honor yesterday? I don't think I played For Honor yesterday. I don't think I did. I think I was busy yesterday working on other stuff, but maybe I'm crazy. I forget things.
What's your favorite chapter? 40K? Probably one with Caiaphas Cain. They have some really good chapters in there.
A good try, but that one just didn't work as well, Lark.
It did to me.
I'm gonna say the Black Templars are probably my favorite. Either that or it's hard. Maybe the Grey Knights. They're pretty cool too. All right, let's do it. Let's go.
They're saying they want the crocodile helmet. It's taking them a while.
What was that?
They're saying they want the crocodile helmet from Magi, but it's just taking forever.
Yeah, you got to get to rep 5 and 6 to get the first crocodile helm with the little crown on it, and then you got to get to rep 7 and 8 to get the alternative. I finally have the head without the crown, and I needed that so that I could make Teamwa my character for the Legends, which is gonna be awesome. I'm very excited to do that. In fact, funny thing is, starting tomorrow, I'm gonna work on the next 2 For Honor videos. One is gonna be the Kensei execution video, and the other is the Teamwa video. I don't know which one to do first. I'll probably be able to get the execution video done sooner because I've already graded all the executions. I just now got to record myself and all that fun stuff. But I am excited to do the Teamwa one since I finished putting together the idea for them. So it's a hard choice. I got to make that decision. What you doing, Lark?
Cleaning off my mouse. Had some gunk on it.
Oh, okay.
Apparently, it was like they used cheap metal or plastic or something. They were acting weird.
I got you. Alright, so, well. Up against a Highlander, a Griffin, a Raider, and a Magi. I already know their game plan. Hyper armor for days.
What do you do to get into the mood for writing?
Listen to music, read, just come up with an idea in my head and decide to just sit down and work on it. There are lots of ways I can get into the mood to write. Like, it just really depends. And most of the time, it is just, I'll be listening to music or going for a run or a walk or something, and then just an idea comes into my head, and I'm like, I want to write it. So, yeah, sometimes that's what happens. Or sometimes it comes from talking to people who I like writing with. Like, when Jay and I or Hannah and I are talking, sometimes an idea will just come to my head while we're talking. It's crazy.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. About to get ganked.
captured Zone C.
There is, what would be a warrior that would rock a moose or elk helmet?
Ah!
You lost Zone A.
What was the question? Sorry.
What would be a warrior that would rock a moose or elk helmet?
I have no idea. Probably a Celtic warrior. I don't know.
I would say a Swedish one, since they had moose cavalry once upon a time, briefly.
Maybe, like, that's not something I think a whole lot about. Cosmetics aren't always something that I consider when I look at military weaponry and armor. Oh, there's the gank again. I knew you wouldn't be by yourself. I forgot the #1 rule of For Honor. Go with a buddy. You gotta play in a buddy system. You've gotta have a friend with you at all times.
Highlander does have an antler helm, yes.
I know that.
I was just confirming.
I'm wearing his antler helm. Alright. No. I'm not going to A. I'm helping beat this fool. I'm gonna help beat this griffin. Ah, dang it, I wanted to help with that. Hi, Medjay. Yeah, got him.
Anyway, Raven and Lark, what do you think of the World Eater successor chapter that disavowed Angron and his Butcher's Nails and stayed loyal to the Emperor during the Horus Heresy? They're hellhounds.
They're cool, for sure.
Butcher's Nails are stupid. These are all some Baltic tribes that have antlers.
Yeah, that sucks, doesn't it, Highlander? That sucks, doesn't it, Highlander? Couldn't hide behind your buddy that time.
Raven, what is your stance on the faction war, like in the gameplay aspect?
I don't really care for it.
Something tells me Angron was a pretty still move before the Butcher's Nails. No, probably not. Being forced into gladiator slave combat can do that to you.
I get the feeling you don't like me very much. I get the feeling you didn't like me very much there, Griffin.
Which is worse, a whip sword or a flail?
Flail. Flail would probably be worse because of concussive damage. A whip sword, you can't even guarantee that you'll get the hit all the time. Damn, I missed. Dang, I still failed. I was so ready to take that to the home.
Well, you get points for enthusiasm.
Yeah, hey, give me that at least. Alright, you pick me up.
I'm pretty sure Medjay is Egyptian.
You're pretty sure Medjay is Egyptian?
Nah, couldn't be.
Couldn't be Egyptian. I doubt that.
I was talking about languages. What language you speaking? Probably ancient Egyptian or...
I don't speak any Egyptian, so I cannot confirm or deny.
Could be Coptic.
Like I said, the game of For Honor now is go with a buddy.
I'm actually good at the game again. I love this game when people let me hit 7 heavies in a row. Sometimes you gotta wonder how they let you get away with that. Dialect. Yeah, yeah, so there's gonna be some dialects, but they probably went with the most basic cookie cutter Egyptian they could find.
You lost Zone A.
Ah, so they've all decided to gank as a gang of 4, huh? I see how it is. I can't blame you. I'd be scared of me too. But yeah, y'all notice that now. All of a sudden it's like, oh man, now we can't go as a team of 2. Team of 4, baby! It's funny because it's true. Anything? What else is going on in the chat, man?
All right, hey Raven, who's angrier, Angron, Doom Guy, or an angry Marine?
Angron. I think it's so funny that we play For Honor, and the very first question that pops up is, whoa, 40K!
Well, we do discuss that on channel occasionally, so it's not a complete surprise.
It's not a complete surprise. I'm just surprised it happened like immediately.
Some
it was
people
like first
they
thing.
crave knowledge, which means they might be
Hey,
on speech.
Raider, you don't want to fight me? Raider. Okay, fine, we can do that game.
Dang, it's for me. Raven, your thoughts on the new execution?
I like it. It's silly, but it's cool.
Turning to Brock Lesnar there for a second. I would love to see a Celtic hero. Technically, I think Highlander counts as Celtic. I mean, I know Scottish.
Start running! Start running, Raider!
We got each other.
Yeah, we killed each other. It was a suicide bomb.
What is a Scythian?
I don't know.
Oh, a Scythian.
Oh.
They were a nomadic people in Far Eastern Europe and Central Asia.
I think that they were supposedly what people thought the original Amazons were.
There's some theory.
I don't know enough. I don't know enough about them. I don't know.
Spartan hero? I'm sorry, but Spartan 2, 3s, and 4s would be too tough to put in For Honor.
Agreed.
Oh, you mean the But yeah, for those of you guys saying like, am I the only one that wants a Greek hoplite as a hero? You're not the only one. The problem is like not making them a carbon copy of Valkyrie.
Because you're not the only one. Well, that was a good match. I did okay as Warden. I got 8 kills. That's something, right?
Honestly, one way to put a hoplite in the thing would be making it like the elite skin for Valk.
You could do that, but that's the thing. That's a big problem with getting a hoplite. Everyone always says, couldn't we get a Spartan in For Honor? We can't. What's the Spartan's weapon? What's a Spartan's weapon? Shield and spear, right? Who else has a shield and spear in For Honor? Valkyrie. Okay, make a move set that would not mimic everything Valkyrie does. You can't. But then you might say, oh, well, fine, we'll just reuse your moveset. Good luck satisfying the fan base with that, because isn't that what they bitch about all the time? I have seen whole videos dedicated to why Pirate and Medjai are shit because they just steal other people's movesets. Like that's the balancing game you got to take. Or if you want a hoplite hero, be prepared for reused effects and reused abilities. You know, I don't think we're ever going to get one. I would like one, but I don't think we're ever going to get one. That's the sad nature of it. All right, let's go a polymommy.
All right, let's see. How do you come with the names for these streams?
They randomly come. Sometimes they're about things that are actually going to happen. Sometimes they're about things I'm going through. Sometimes they're about things I plan to do in the stream. Most of the time I just make them up. In this one, there is actually a reason. After this week, I start working as a substitute teacher. So I am about to be busy as a bee. I'm about to be a busy bee going on. So I just thought, let's call it that, becoming a busy bee. You should know by now I have very little rhyme or reason behind what I do. Leon for the win. What?
No, just going. We could probably do something different with the Greek short sword. I forgot how to spell it.
Okay, how
Xiphos?
would you make it different from Centurion?
You actually give him a shield too. Then I gotta ask.
No, I'm talking about moveset. How would it be different? Okay, then in that case, sure, give it a shield. How would it be different from Warlord?
Yeah, that's the question.
It's like any we'll give him a short sword and shield. Different from Warlord.
Like something like a thorax.
That's the problem that For Honor faces when it makes new heroes. How do you make something cool and unique? Like, for example, everyone was bitching, why couldn't they get a Kopesh for Magi? How would it be different from Tiandi? How would it be different from Centurion? How would it be different from Warlord? How would it be different from anyone else who already has a similar weapon? I mean, let's be honest. While I don't think this fan axe is real, I don't think it actually existed in history. At least it's something unique, and it's not an obvious ripoff of something else. You know, it's got to be harder and harder and harder to find unique weapons to use. And so people who say, well, just do this weapon, do this hero. How would you make it unique? How would you make it so that they're not just a ripoff of this already existing character? That's the struggle. I think people very much underestimate how difficult it is to add new heroes to this game. Like, everyone just thinks, For Honor doesn't care. No, it's not easy.
It's not just slapping in another gun and calling it a day.
You know, this isn't Rainbow Six Siege where you can just where the hardest part about adding a character is what gadget they're gonna have.
You captured Zone A. You lost Zone C.
Hey, Sint! Ooh, good move there.
Try to hit you with the punch, you hit him with the backhand.
Don't interfere, Ken. Say this is my fight. Oh, good move. Victory is mine.
You captured Zone
He
C.
thanked the Lord that in thy mercy. Anyone got that reference? Am I the only one who knows that reference?
I don't know.
I know you know it, Lark. Gotta heal up. That was a tough fight. That Centurion was actually really tough. And kudos to that Kensei for not interfering. I gotta give the Kensei that.
Okay. Hey Raven, what about the supposed Aztec hero we might get later this year? How can we make their moveset different from Sudoku's?
I don't know.
Well, the Maquito isn't as cumbersome as, say, the Kanabo.
Centurion, what happened? I thought we were friends!
I love how it's like, I will be honorable. Loses once. Honor's out the window.
Jesus! Yeah, honor's gone once I get that first win.
At least we got to see the suplex.
God. That was just mean. I'm like, I got revenge. Oh, shit.
The hell you did.
I did get a revenge. It didn't matter, but I got a revenge.
They got the reference, by the way.
Good. I'm glad people got the reference. I would...
Levi, stillborn infants get the reference, Raven.
No, they don't. No, I have met people who have never watched Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Yes, like our mother.
Our mother has never watched it.
Well, to be fair, she watched like half of it, but she can't finish it because she's a heretic at times. And you excuse me, like, and his name is John.
Like I said, all respect and honor is thrown out the window after that first win. No, there was this one match. It was a couple weeks ago that I fought. There was this guy who I fought. He was a Tanhu. Very respectful, very honorable in our first two matches. Would not interfere with me in anything I did. Would fight me one-on-one. and he beat me both times we fought. Third time, I whooped him. I beat him because I figured out, like, this... He always went into a dodge light every time I went in for a second heavy, so I just kept on taking advantage of that. After I beat him that time, though... Oh, okay, I see what you're doing. Ooh! How is he doing that?
You captured Zone C.
Centurion, tell me something. How did you light parry that easily? You know what? I'll ask you later. I gotta clear this out. Geronimo!
Are there any underappreciated weapons in history that, in your opinion, could provide a unique and engaging moveset?
You lost Zone C.
Not in For Honor. I think that the spear is underappreciated in modern discussions. A lot of people just see the spear as kind of a lackluster weapon, when in reality it's actually what I would call a very top-tier weapon. It's easy to use, very simplistic in its design and purpose. Dang it. Hey, thanks, Kinsei.
I would say maybe like the Kanda sword from the Rajput's arsenal.
Yeah, but that's mostly just a broadsword or a
I know,
or a
but like
great
the
sword.
technique they use with it, like the twirling motions with it, is even different from how, say, the Kyoshin does it.
Yeah, no, I get that.
I'm saying, like, some things would have to be copied, but there is room for new stuff there, too.
Well, if I were to create a Rajput warrior, I would use the Qatar punch daggers.
I know, but, like, I would ideally like to see, like, a Rajput faction, because I think with the vast number of weapons you got there, you have, like, the makings of their own faction. I think there's enough material there.
Yeah, I think so.
Like, the Kanda could be your vanguard, Qatar's your assassin, Ara coiled sword. I don't know how, but I believe like hybrid or something. Heavy. I think they used maces to a certain degree. I'm not 100% sold on that. But yeah.
You lost Zone A. You captured Zone A.
Second time I get suplex. Alrighty. But yeah, this Centurion, respect gone.
Okay, hear me out. For honor, but it's monsters instead of warriors.
What's that Highlander's name? Angel Dust 6. Wait, I'll bet he's friends with Zodiac God 7. So Angel Dust 666, Zodiac God 777. I'm willing to bet they're friends. But isn't Angel Dust like a drug?
It is.
Okay. Because I've heard the term. I
remember it from Dare. You guys remember Dare, right?
Yeah, Dare. Gosh, what a interesting memory that is.
Yep. Raven, I disagree. Sword and weapons channels have switched opinion on the total opposite direction, and now people treat spears.
Oh, Sense! Wow! Okay, Sense. Alright. I see how it is now. It's sad. I respected Sense at the beginning of the match. Now I have no respect. None. I'm sorry, what was the question?
It was just Pierce Weber saying that he disagrees. He believes that now a lot of popular sword channels and weapon channels have been basically talking about the benefits of spears.
You're talking about popular channels, not the general consensus.
Not the popular. But yeah, we understand what you're saying. Yep.
This guy, he is so good at that. Yes, and look at that. He's a parry god. Got him. Thank the Lord.
Your team rallied.
Man, that was rough.
I'm talking about like a For Honor or a For Honor style game, but instead of warriors, it's monsters.
I don't think that would work.
Well, maybe like in a smite context, but not in a piranha.
Well, like what would they fight with? Claws? Superpowers? How would you balance that?
I guess it depends. Like you could do sort of a Halloween event where you make some of the piranha creatures have monster skins. Like I don't know, Raider could be a Minotaur or something like that.
Victory.
Hooray!
Apollyon for the win!
There's Cornate Apollyon over there. There you go.
Yeah! Yeah! Rip that out of my gut.
Give me 1,000 spears, 1,000 people in 2 days. I will give you a decent town defense.
Well, here's the thing. Here's why I like spears. Okay, here's the thing. Yes, a lot of popular channels now on YouTube and the like are talking about the benefit of spears. But let me tell you about the real difference. Here's why I prefer spears. Because it takes no time to master a spear fundamentally. Hold it in two hands, point it in the direction you want to fight, thrust forward, pull back. You only change this if you have a shield. With a shield, you hold the spear in one hand and thrust forward and pull back. Now, yes, you can get a little bit fancier with that, maybe, if you really wanted to get crazy, but it's not required that you do that. It's not even necessarily recommended that you do that. The essential point of the spear is aim forward, thrust, pull back. That's all there is to it. With a sword, though, that's a little different. Swords require slashing, stabbing, blocking, parrying. There's a lot more to a sword. So in terms of a war, like a big military battle where we're looking at huge armies fighting each other, I'm going to put more stock into the spearmen than I am into the swordsmen, because the spearmen are going to be, I'm going to be able to train them much more quickly, get them more ready, and have them more prepared to fight armies. Whereas with a swordsman, great, but you're not going to be quite as useful unless you get into a one-on-one melee. In one-on-one fighting, a sword is probably preferable. But in terms of army fighting, a spear is going to be more preferable. That's the way I've always looked at it. And you're right, a lot of popular channels now, like Shadiversity and Metatron and Skullgrim, will tell you a spear is better and talk about the benefits of a good spear. But keep in mind, I still get comments to this day from people saying, "No, dude, a samurai would totally beat a knight in actual combat because their sword would cut through the steel." I still hear people telling me that. I still hear people tell me, "Dude, a Viking would totally beat any warrior that came up to them because they would just take these drugs that make them immune to all pain. It doesn't matter if you cut off their arm or their leg, they'll still fight you and kill you."
They had some hats of chocolates.
Exactly. So you still hear those people. You still hear those people. These are the same people who think that China, from its very inception, was communist. Yeah, they're these people. Like, these people exist who don't know that, and it is a popular concept. These are popularized ideals that the might of the swordsman will always triumph. You know, anime is profits off of that. Like, really think about it. Think about it for this for a second. I did a video not long ago about Demon Slayer. Cool anime, definitely cool. They put a lot of stock into the katana that they should not. And I have some questions about the historical accuracy. Like, for example, that's a Taisho period. You know average citizens couldn't walk around with a sword, right? And yet these guys do. And no one tries to stop them. There's no police coming up saying...
They saw that he had a boar head, and they didn't want to question it.
Probably. Point being, there's a lot of popular misconceptions that float around about medieval weaponry and their use. And just because a few channels that know better talk about the benefits of the spear and try to address these misconceptions does not mean that the misconceptions do not exist.
Yeah, because Pierce, you're one of the more educated fellas out there. I mean, you did give Rome a run for its money for a while, so you know a thing or two because you've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers.
Bum, ba, bum, 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 bum.
I'm going to go back to C, because I have a sneaking suspicion one of them's going to head over there.
Oh, I got to go because I'm on 2%. See you, boys. Have a good one, Cauliflower.
See you later, Cauliflower.
Why serrated his sword?
Why serrated his sword? What?
I think
Whose sword? My sword? It's just a design.
it's only like serrated like towards like the face.
Oh, again with the light period gods. Oh god, I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm dead! He didn't go for the kill. Okay.
You lost Zone C.
Just wanted to heal up or something.
Again, the light parry god! Where did Shaolin come from? What the hell? He just appeared out of nowhere.
I believe a monastery?
I was actually about to beat that Warmonger, then Shaolin showed. But what is up with the Warmonger light parrying? It's amazing. Guys, how did people get so good at light parrying lately? In all the matches I've done in For Honor lately, I've just fought light parrying gods. I'm never good at light parrying. Whenever I light parry, it's almost always luck. It's almost always luck. I'm going to go to A, because we can't afford to lose that. And that Lawbringer's about to get yanked. Keep feeding my revenge, boys.
You're right, Pikachu. Raven, play Aramusha the next time you play For Honor.
We'll see. I'm not good at Aramusha.
I think that's why they want it.
Alright, guys, finish off the Shaolin. I took care of Medjai for you. Finish off Shaolin. Wait, I didn't finish off Medjai. I thought I finished off Medjai. Didn't I finish off Medjai?
No, he was still kicking.
Ah! I'm so sad. Okay, guys, keep it up. I'm going to C. Kensei on their way to C.
Hey, Raven and Lark, quick question about swords. Are there any advantages that the Zweihander had over the Claymore?
Weight, probably.
Not enough to make too much difference.
Good parry. Look at that, they both wanted to do the thing.
I hate to inform you of this, but I could have sworn one of them had a purple crocodile head, which leads me to believe that he is in fact referencing Roller Gator.
No, not Roller Gator.
'Tis true.
We must kill him. We must kill him immediately. We must slaughter that Roller Gator. We cannot have another one. There cannot be another Roller Gator. Hold on. Hold on. I will aid you against the Roller Gator.
The problem, I think the biggest problem with having a lot of swordsmen in the army isn't necessarily that swords are better or inferior in any. It's the problem that swords require a lot higher degree of training to work with properly than spears. Spears are much quicker to use. That's why longbows may have better penetrating power than the average crossbow, but crossbows were used more frequently because they were quicker and easier to train with.
It's all about ease of use, not I think people misunderstand. Deadliest does not mean practical. Practical means I can get a militia together and have them ready to go quickly.
Yep.
You know, swords might have good one-on-one application, but in actual war, you want the thing that you can get enough soldiers ready to fight with.
You lost Zone A.
I could have sworn I dodged, but okay.
Hey Raven, when will you make your video about the Stryac crew?
I've decided that since the anime has now been announced that it will be over soon, I'm gonna wait until the anime actually happens. What the hell? How? I blocked! What? Oh my gosh. I know I blocked that. There is no earthly way he should have hit me. There is no earthly way he should have hit me. I know I blocked that.
Your team is breaking.
I know I did. That is not right. Alright, well, we lost this one. Did good the first two rounds, but oh well.
Hey Raven, what are your opinion on the Mythbusters?
Entertaining.
Yeah, we like them. Oh, Adam Savage? Yeah, I don't necessarily agree with all of their opinions, but I enjoyed the show for what it was.
You captured Zone A.
Right, yeah, it's Sandy Rand and Mahara died. Do you ever think an Islamic or an Arabic hero will ever come to Toronto? The Outlander, I guess.
I mean, it's possible, but I don't know. I think right now they're just giving the fans what they want. The fans demanded for a long time Egyptian, Pirate, and Aztec. We've gotten 2 out of 3.
I wonder if we'll get like a Arabian Nights sort of theme to get an Islamic hero. That'd be kind of cool. Oh, dear, so we completely understand. It's kind of like, there's something that's sort of like artless held in a popular culture for a while, and then once somebody finds there's a little bit of evidence to the contrary on that, instead of just going, oh, may need to balance out my opinion, they just go completely to the other camp, and without realizing that's just as irrational as what they previously believed.
What were they saying? You gotta read these.
I'm sorry, I was just going ahead. It's like, he says, sorry if I'm ranting, I just feel like popular opinion has completely turned on swords, and a cult of spears has been etched into stone, and now a lot of people treat swords like the de facto wall hangers.
Where do you get that idea?
I think like he's kind of like us. We watch a lot, like probably hangs out and watch a lot of like other historical YouTubers and communities, and because a lot of people have been pointing out, hey, there's a lot of benefits to the spear. A lot of people have now been trash talking swords.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Can you name a movie or TV show or anime or cartoon where a spear was shown to be superior to a sword? Better yet, can you name one where a main character, not a side character, a main character, a protagonist, used a spear over a sword?
Defeat.
I will wait.
Well,
No, I understand what he's saying. I do. I get it. But my argument is, even though there may be a small movement now of people saying, no, we like spears now more, and yeah, that is a problem, because people will always run to the inverse when they get any evidence to the contrary. They like to be contrarian. They like to jump on the first bandwagon. But the pop culture craze will always favor swords. That's my point.
Yeah, we got that, but it's just like in the circles he was working with.
Well, in the circles within you're working with, I can't talk to that. I have nothing against swords. I think swords are incredible. They're cool. They're fun to use. I have used swords. I like swords. But in a war, a battlefield, where you are fighting an army, if you asked me what weapon I was going to give to all my soldiers if I could only pick one, I'd pick a spear. Spears have better range for the most part. Spears are more simple to train with, more easy to master in a short amount of time, and are great against cavalry. They have a lot of good application. Now, does that mean spears are the de facto best things and swords are shit tier? No. That's not what I'm saying. And anyone who says that is full of crap. It is all about application, when and where you use them, like that kind of thing. I don't think there's anything wrong at all with liking spears. There's nothing wrong at all with liking swords. There's nothing wrong with it. None at all. You shouldn't be ashamed of liking them. And I think that people who say swords are coat hangers at this point, false. And I would challenge them to... Here's what you should do when those people say that. Explain why. Why are they coat hangers? Why are swords useless? Can you give an accurate explanation? Can you explain why swords are not practical? Why swords cannot be used in actual combat? Like, can you explain? No. Really think about it. Because I can tell you why. I can point to it today. We still use them today. Combat knives are short swords. The most common thing that we carry in hiking trips, machetes. A form of short sword. Or long knife, if you rather. We still use swords. We still use swords. They have applicability. They have practical use. I think spears have been shat on for a long time as the wuss weapon, the weapon that NPC guards would carry, which is sad. I hate that they do that. But to jump to the other bandwagon and say, oh, well, then swords are bad. No. They're just not the best choice in military combat. Because one thing to think about in terms of military combat, it's not like Braveheart, where everyone just runs in a huge mob and slams into each other.
Yeah, that's a problem with a lot of movie fighting.
Yeah, a lot of movie fighting just has these huge mobs. And in those mobs, yeah, take a sword. Take an axe for all I care. Take a club, because that's what it is. It's just a free-for-all. But in actual history, you had formations, shield walls, testudos. You know, you had phalanxes. You had lots of ways in which soldiers formed up. And you want to know what's a good weapon for form up? Spear and shield. Because you hide behind your shield, your buddy right next to you, spear pointed out, you're a wall.
if you're on the quick and you need something, training people to use a spear formation is the most cost-effective thing. If you have some extra time, training your soldiers how to use swords is good. What a lot of armies would do if they could is they would have spear as the primary weapon and have a short sword as a backup.
Yeah.
Because why not have both if you can?
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Because versatility and variety is the spice of life.
I better go down and help that shaman.
How would fantasy races affect war tactics? Funny you should mention.
We have a whole series.
Well, it's not just war tactics, but the idea is maybe we can make a series like narrowing that down specifically. But we have a series called Fantastical History, basically taking a fantasy race and asking if they actually existed, how would they impact the world. Now, the next one we're still working on, just because we're trying to hammer out details, but it's not an abandoned series.
No, it's not abandoned. I just haven't had time to work on it.
Everyone points to the Romans on swords, but they are weird. Yeah, but they're also successful, and the Romans later would switch to spears. But during their high point, yeah, they love themselves some gladiuses.
Yeah.
The Romans were a notoriously stubborn people.
Also, I realize spears are probably some of the cheapest weapons to make in history, too. Grab a stick, put a pointy end on the end. You got a spear.
I think cheaper might be a club.
Yep. A club is just grab a thick stick. Now whack!
Can you imagine being like one of the best trained warriors from your city, state, or clan, or kingdom, and you just get killed by a barbarian with a club?
That'd be hilarious.
Just bonk.
Hi, Warlord.
Yep, Nick is right. It's like, as Shad always said, stick! You have stick! I mean, hey, Aaron, when they eventually, they had, towards, Diocletian's reign, they had some of, their primary source of fighting was, guys on horses with spears.
And that is a Warlord down. What is this?
Warlord down.
What is this? What is this? What is... Oh, hold on, I got it.
Go back to X, go back to X.
Why can't I jump?
Because you're white.
You lost.
I can't believe you did.
I saw it opening. I went for it. I regret nothing. Is America the new Rome? Some people, yeah.
It has a lot of similarities to Rome.
Yeah, there are a lot of similarities and parallels. Good and bad.
How did that mess up? Ah, the light got me.
I understand that line of logic up here.
Hold on, Sent. Hang on, Sent.
Raven Lark, is that ludicrous lady who claims Rome didn't exist still out there?
She's still out there. I don't know if she's making any more content.
She's probably.
She got put in her place by Metatron and several others.
Yeah, because when you make bonkers claim like one of the largest empires in human history just straight up didn't exist, everyone's gonna go, no, you're wrong. And her whole line of reasoning is like, oh no, it was the Greeks. It was actually just the Greeks. And they're just gonna go, aha, which is why half of it spoke Latin.
Shoot! I killed Pirate only to be taken down by Warlord. No! Warlord, the turtliest turtle who ever turtled.
Is he turtly enough for the Turtle Club?
Turtly enough for the Turtle Club.
I'm gonna tuck into my.
But yeah, that was a good discussion about historical weaponry. That's the kind of discussion I expected in these streams. The first one I get at, who's angrier, Angron or the... Alright, going to A, going to A, going to A.
just like, I came here to have a good time and I feel so attacked right now. Don't forget the 1911 versus God's Caliber 45 APC debate. Oh god. Yeah, Aaron made a comment earlier.
Oh, got him! Got him! Yeah! Get him, Shaman!
Yep. But Aaron made a good point earlier. The sword versus spear debate is now kind of like which tank was best in World War II debate.
Yeah, literally.
That's a fight no one gets out of unclean, but I love going to Veraboo's and saying, yeah, the best tank of the war was the Sherman. They lose their minds. It's like, no, it's gotta be a Panther or a Tiger.
This is gonna sound like heresy, but I know so little about tanks, it really doesn't bother me.
Yeah, honestly.
My specialty lies in other fields.
Well, I'm gonna be real with you. World War II, like knowing tank stats is not gonna like ace any history test unless it's like a very, very niche like online quiz. Because there's so much more important things to talk about with World War II than just tank stats. Oh no, we knew about Red Boys for a while with Staticky.
Oh! That was mean of me. That was very mean of me. I'm gonna pick you up, Shaman.
Who would win, weeaboos or wereaboos?
What's a wereaboo?
People that glorify the German military in World War II. I hate to say this, but it's hard to say because there's a lot of overlap between those two.
There really is. Oh shit.
You'll find a lot of Veraboo's will be into stuff like Girls und Panzer, which is I don't know how that happened. That tank debate is such a cancerous decision. Dang right it is.
Dang it! Ah! Warden got me.
I like to think of that execution there as like basically backhanding someone with your hilt.
Pirate, activate your revenge and hold on tight. I'm coming. I'm coming as soon as I get back in the game.
Sword and spears is lame. Everyone knows horseback archery is the goat. It is until heavy cavalry comes into play.
For real.
Because once your arrows start pinging off their armor, it's like, oh boy.
Well, that was what the
Knights did.
That's what the Knights did in the
versus the Seljuks. Because you can't just be a horse archer. You have to know what you're doing. Looking at you, Mongols, you knew what you were doing. Because Mongols are the exception.
You're doing the same thing I did. Very clever.
Who put that there? And then the winged hussars are right here. Dang right. Because we remember, in September, the night Vienna was free. Because of the winged hussars arrived.
Dang it, the light got me. The light got me. Pirate, I need you to hold on, brother. Or sister, whatever you are.
Don't walk towards the light has an entirely different meaning in For Honor.
Yeah, you did it, pirate. Yeah, yeah, we got this one now, boys.
Hey, Lark, what accents can you do? I have an okay Irish one, comical German one, and something resembling Russian. And I have a very insulting French accent that I would not actually use around a French person I like. Hey Raven, ever watch Sand Roman History? He has some great videos on sieges, styles of pike, and shot warfare, mercenaries, agents, and deadly punishments.
Can't say I've seen it.
Have a look at it. Do the Russian accent, Lark?
No.
I feel like I have to be in a gulag to properly do it.
I like how the shaman tried to throw her axe at me, but I was sitting, so it went over my head.
Yeah, actually, when I would pop accents out in class.
I know you do. But what am I?
Well, so you would too, and you would also do it when you used to work at And the drive-thru, you used to pop them out there.
Oh gosh, those are always fun.
But that's pretty much my accent there, Pierce. Jawohl, mein Kommandant.
Jawohl, mein Kommandant. Heil Hitler. All that
Hello,
fun
hi,
stuff.
everybody.
All right. We're doing good so far tonight, guys. We're doing good. Doing good. I like it. I like it. What else is going on in chat, boy? And girls, if we have a girl in chat tonight.
We're not sexist.
We're not sexist. Well, it was just that one night I asked if we had any girls in the audience. I assumed we did, and then one popped in. I'm a girl. Like, oh, God, I am so sorry.
Well, this reminds me of the internet rules. There are no girls on the internet. If they tell you they're a girl, they're lying.
They tell you they're a girl, they are liars, and you cannot trust them. Given it's the internet, it is hard to trust sometimes.
We don't always have the best plans, but that's okay.
Let's go with... I have not gone San Hu in a hot minute. Let's go
San Hu?
San Hu.
Hans, grab the panzer. You will eat the bugs and you will live in the pod.
I think one of the funniest things that I ever did with my German accent. I was a waiter, and I came up to my table, and they said that they liked accents. I told them that I did some accents, and I said, "Oh, well, here, let me do an accent." So I said, "Okay." So I left. Then I came back and I did my German accent. I went, "Good evening, everyone. My name is Raven. I'll be taking your order tonight. Can I get you something to drink?" And then as soon as one of them said, "Could I have?" I went, "I'll be asking the questions." You will answer the questions as they come to you. Do not ask me. Don't even look at me.
I love that old joke. Knock, knock, who's there? We will ask the questions.
Your German turned into a Swedish. We will ask the questions.
Oh, yeah, good. See the shorts now? Oh, yeah, meatball. Are the Scythians underrated?
I don't know enough about them.
I would say, like, case in point, I'd say less underrated and more just an unknown.
Like, earlier in the stream, who are the Scythians? We said we're not really sure. We don't know that much about them. Later, are they underrated? Did you miss
yes.
that? Yes, they are underrated. They are totally underrated.
Yep. Apparently, they did some good trade deals with the Greek city-states back in the day, though.
Once upon a time. Alrighty.
Johann, get the shovel. Oh, now it's real Krieger hours.
Bonk. Splash. Whee! Yay, guys! I just see that guy streaming there. Hey, guys! Someone get me down!
Hans, get the Flammenwerfer.
Get the Flammenwerfer.
Which is almost as good as Titus, get the cross.
Alright. I'm gonna take this zone without any competition. Okay, sure. Usually there's like a mob heading over here.
Hey, Raven Lord, thanks for another great stream, and keep up the good work.
Thank you. Oh, hi, pirate.
Hans, start up the panzer. Well, I would, but the gasoline froze again. Jürgen, get the melter. Sorry, but what is retreat?
You lost Zone C.
You got yourself to come drink the corn syrup.
Ah! Lawbringer! Why'd you have to come out of nowhere like that? I can't believe you do this to me. Well, I killed the pirate.
Pirate versus the Daily. Am I the only one seeing this? I can kind of see where you get that from.
I can see that.
You lost Zone A.
Alright, I see Sweet Boy running over there to help out. I'm going to head up to A again. Gotta try to retake... Really, Raider, this is what you're going to do.
captured Zone C.
Has this just become a German stream? We haven't annexed Poland or any parts of France yet, so no.
No, this is still a For Honor stream. Although now it's turned into a Pirate and Raider don't like Son Who stream. I like that though. Pirate basically waits in the zone for a little bit, but then once he smells blood in the water, he comes running.
I mean, shouldn't the pirate be on the boat?
You'd think. All right, I'm going back up. Pirate, you up there all by yourself? You want to fight me on your own again?
Lost Zone C.
Bye.
You believe in boats?
You really shouldn't have done that, Pirate. You tried a little too hard there.
The Phoenix just got out of having to act in Mulan. It wants to clean itself.
You captured Zone C.
When is Pocket Sand going to become a feat? It should be.
It's a feat in and of itself. Oh, God.
Or at least like an execution or something.
Got him.
It got him. Noah had a big boat. At that point, I think it's called a ship. It has to do with tonnage. I think if you're putting several elephants and hippopotamuses on something, it becomes a ship at some point. Raven, what's up? How's the funny sword game?
Well, right now, it's going okay. Oh, God. Dang it! My guard break's always too far away. Get him! Yeah, it's on who? That's the boy! That a boy, it's on who? That a boy.
Will Cossacks be a part of the game? I want to make a communist joke with them. So...
Not the Cossacks. No, I'm still thinking the Aztec is next. I think the next tier will be Aztec.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm gonna leave a little surprise for these guys. See, I woke up today and chose violence.
They should add a Korean hero, then we can make rooftop Korean jokes.
Pirate, come on, dude! Yeah! That's the way! Run away! I literally... Oh, no!
Just walks in, blows up, pause for a second, is this shit worth it? No, I'm turning around.
This shit ain't worth it, no.
Yuri, Stumpy T-34. They should add Poseidon. They have a Poseidon effect, I think.
Ah, Raider got me with the light tap. That was so funny though. Pirate just walks in, boom! This ain't worth it, man. I just got blowed up before I even got in the zone.
What weapons did the Cossacks use? Towards the end, guns.
Yeah, the Cossacks like their guns.
Yeah, they like shooting some Russian civilians, but that's Soviet propaganda. We all know what really happened. It was aliens.
Aliens got him. Hello, Bringer.
How did he like the Molotov cocktail? The Soviets didn't like him too much in the Winter War, that's for sure.
Enemy team is breaking.
I'll give you a hero, a Burmese hero, with a sword gun. A sword when sheathed in the barrel of a gun. The enemy approaches you and sheathes the sword from a gun. That sounds like some Final Fantasy nonsense. I want to see that happen now.
Guys, what just happened? This pirate ran away before, then tried to take me, and it didn't go well. That runaway moment was the funniest part of the night.
Yeah. Brandon, that's why we want Rajputs.
Rajputs would be sick.
Aliens, welcome to the Late Night History Channel. I love that the History Channel, that show, it's like anything happens anywhere. Could this be proof of aliens? We think so. Also, have you seen my shrooms?
Did you order black coffee this morning and got a latte? Could that be proof of aliens?
It's like...
What do you think, Lark? Should we go ahead and go to Breach or...
Yeah, I think we can probably start heading
to Breach. Alright, let's head to Breach. Let's head to Breach. We've had a lot of good matches. Let's head to Breach.
Listen, the Russians are still salty about the Winter War. They can't be that salty. They started another one.
All right. Oh, I forgot to check what orders I have to do.
Which Indians, native or Asian? Both. Both is good.
Well, I'll do Medjai as my last hero of the night. I want to do Medjai last. Let's do. Who to do?
Any class you have to do or anything like that?
I've got to do another Vanguard.
Another Vanguard. Have you done Raider?
I have not done Raider in a while, but I also haven't done Tiandi.
Hold on. Let me see if I can flip a coin or something really quick.
Real fast. I got 24 seconds. Flip a coin. What? Raiders heads, Kensei tails. I mean Tiandi tails. What is it?
Heads.
Heads. Raider it is.
I was trying to go for a D20, couldn't find one in time. They should add an alien faction. They should add an alien faction, but they don't actually show up. It's just that guy with the crazy hair pointing at every regular hero and claiming they're an alien. That's rad, Pierce.
Got a message here. Hold on.
Ooh, my first Raven Night stream from Once a Guard. I just want to say thank you for all the content and the laughs you give, man. I learned a lot from this channel, being a history lover myself, and I hope there is a bet. I think it cut off there. Oh, better way to show my support like a Patreon. Stay safe and God bless.
There is a Patreon.
There's also a Teespring store in case you don't want to get a
yeah, I've got a Patreon and a Teespring store. You know what? I was going to say this for the end of the stream, but I'll go ahead and say it here. Okay, so let me go ahead and just say this for the record. I have no proof that this is real. I have no proof that this is what's happening, but it is a theory. I believe that there is someone, be it a former fan who's become a hater, a troll, or I just pissed off someone at YouTube, but I believe that someone has started purposefully flagging some of my videos. The reason I think this is because I've released a lot of videos talking about executions and heroes and showing gameplay and all that kind of stuff. But lately I have had at least 4 or 5 videos flagged either as inappropriate or age restricted. And it infuriates me that this would happen. It infuriates me that this would happen because it makes no sense for it to. The Raider execution video was age restricted. 3 of my live streams, including a For Honor Friday, a Rainbow Six Siege stream, and another one altogether, I can't remember which one, were all demonetized for no reason that I can think of. Good try there, Nucia, you failed. So for no reason that I can think of. It doesn't make any sense that it would happen. I tried to fight. I won one of the fights, but the others I did not win. So it looks like I'm not going to be able to fix any of those videos. Now let me tell you what that means. I don't know. I can't go looking through all my followers and subscribers and just find a hater if they exist. And I have no evidence that they do. This is all just a theory. The only reason I think it is because it's happened so frequently and with all of my videos lately that I have to assume that there's someone behind it. Because this has not happened to me before. And I have been gaining a lot more haters lately. So I'm just trying to figure all this stuff out, you know. What y'all can do to help me out, because I'll be real honest, I love doing this channel. I love making videos and content for it of all kinds, For Honor and otherwise. I want to keep doing it. I want to keep making content for this channel, but I also need to make money. I work 2 jobs to make money because I have a lot of bills to pay, rent to pay. There's a lot that goes into my life that requires monetary gain. I do this as a hobby. I started this as a hobby. The fact that I make money off of it is phenomenal. And it used to be that monthly I could make more than enough to pay my rent with this channel, so I could just keep releasing videos and content and pay my rent, and thus the rest of the money I made at my one job was sufficient. But now I have to work 2 jobs because I'm just not making enough money monthly off of this channel to justify it. So unless I can find some other form of income or this picks up somehow, I will not be able to release as much content. The reason this stream is called Becoming a Busy Bee is because I'm about to become very, very busy. Every day of the school week I will be working at a school somewhere in the district substituting. On Sundays, I will be working as a host/server at Longhorns. And on Wednesdays and Sunday mornings, I'm going to be working at the church. Tuesday nights, I'm going to be helping with the youth group, or young adult group as it were. I've got a lot going on. And if I want to keep making content for this channel, like regularly, like I have been, I need to be making more money. And I don't want to beg. I'm not going to beg you guys for anything. But if you would like to support the channel and help make it easier to do this kind of stuff, I do have a Patreon that you can donate $1 to. It will really help me out. And I also have a Teespring store where I release some merchandise. It's not the best merchandise, I'll be honest. Like, it's mostly just silly shirts with my avatar or emblems on them just to have some fun. But they're work that has been done by professional artists like my friend Jay White and Hannah Hiring. Both are phenomenal people. They're very good friends of mine and do some fantastic work. If you could purchase something on the Teespring store or become a patron, any of that would be very, very helpful. I don't mean to beg here, guys. I'm not expecting anything of you guys. If you don't want to do it, do not do it. I am not a beggar. But just know that things have changed. Not in a way that I might like, but a way that is... Anything in chat about that, or have I lost you?
We got one person saying that they'll take a look at the Patreon afterwards. And
you can find the Patreon by going to my YouTube channel at my homepage, and there should be a little Patreon emblem up in the upper right-hand corner.
Yep. And we also have bot raid. I got it, but anytime a bot's detected, immediately go, there's the bot.
Yeah. I said what I had to say.
You said what.
I'm not going to keep that. So take it for what it's worth.
Yep. Gil Raven, ever watch Father's Head? It's a 90s sitcom that satirizes the Irish Catholic Church. It was written by one guy who wrote the
I've never heard of it.
Yeah, I'm unfamiliar with it myself. There's another theory I've heard too, that sometimes what YouTube will do is that they suspect a video from an up-and-coming creator or something might get a lot of views. They copyright strike it or block it themselves to sort of strangle it to make sure they don't have to pay out as much money.
Well, they didn't do that with my Apollyon Astria.
Well, that's probably because according to like the theory, it's like that was like the one that got you up and coming. They didn't know that one would get you up there.
Well, who knows? I don't know. And maybe I'm just crazy. Maybe it isn't just one person. But I have had a lot of haters. I did have one person who I know flagged a video because he told me in the comments saying I'm going to flag this. And yeah, I did get a message from YouTube letting me know that my video had been flagged. I contested it and won. So, but that was a long time ago. So, I don't know if that's what's happening here, but it just seems suspicious that 4 or 5 videos within 3 days of each other all got flagged and copyright stricken and demonetized when very similar. Like, it was the Raider execution vid that got age restricted. The Warden video wasn't age restricted.
Maybe it's the blood of
there was blood in the Warden video.
Yeah, my best guess is the crap excuse they used was that since it was a female Raider and she's not wearing as much as, say, some of the other, they might have got it on nudity, because...
They didn't tell me. They gave me no excuse. That's the other reason I think it's someone specific. They gave no excuse. They gave no reasoning as to why it was age-restricted. They just... I contested it. I appealed. I said, please, I do not think this was bad. But then all they told me in return was, based on manual review, we have found that it violates our...
But we're not going to tell you which one.
We're not going to tell you which one of our terms and services and which one of our ideals it violated, but it definitely did.
Raven, if you ever stopped with YouTube, would you move to places like Odyssey? Honestly, YouTube as a platform is becoming more as a TV and is becoming less content creator friendly by day.
You know, I agree with that 100%, but YouTube has 2 things going for it that other platforms don't. Number one, YouTube can monetize me. I can make some money doing what I love.
Kill the commander.
Now, to be fair, I didn't start this to get monetized, so that's not the main reason. Second reason, it's easier to build a following here. Can you honestly say that most of the world knows about Odyssey or BitChute or Rumble or any of these others? No, mostly they're niche, very under-recognized platforms. And even BitChute betrayed me. I've been uploading my Prince of Egypt and Analyze series, and you're probably wondering, yeah, where's the fourth one of that? I'm not going to make it anymore. I've abandoned the project. Want to know why? Because my first and second episodes have been flagged for copyright, and I can't even go in and remove the video so I can save the MP4 file and upload it somewhere else because they've completely kept me from getting access to the video anymore. So there is absolutely no reason.
One Cigar just donated $5, and he looks like a little Shiba Inu character painting a #1 sign.
Well, thank you for the $5. That means a whole lot to me. It really, really does.
I like the little chibi. That's cute.
I really appreciate it. I already checked how much I'm going to get this month for monetization, and it's not going to be enough. It's not going to be enough. So any donation helps.
Thank you. When does the new season of even start? This season started when in July, and it's about to be 4 months when September, so possibly the new season will start there, because last year's season started in September.
I think the new season will start in September, because we literally just today finished up the 4th campaign, so we need to have the 5th campaign, and then the season will end. And besides, they said that the next hero skin was going to be Halloween related, so that means that the next season is going to be in October, and so I'm willing to bet that the next season will be sometime in mid-September. So wake me up when September ends.
And no pressure there, Brother Warcast.
What's Brother Lorecast
He says, I'm unfortunately in a tight squeeze and I can't donate past Patreon.
No, it's fine. Like I said, I'm not expecting anything of you guys. I really am not. Because I don't do this to make money. I never did this to make money. I never even expected my channel to get as big as it has. I thought I would always be a nobody YouTuber with less than 100 or maybe 1,000 subs. Now I'm sitting on 24.3 thousand. I never thought this would happen. I am so blessed to have this, and being able to be monetized is one of the greatest blessings I've ever had as a content creator and as a historian and as a writer. It is phenomenal how much my channel has grown. But I can't let this distract me from making money. I need to make money to stay alive. I need to make money to live off of. So if YouTube becomes too much of a distraction for me to make money, I do have to put it aside and focus on money making. The fact that YouTube can make me money is great. That means I don't have to put it aside because I can make money off of it. But if I'm not going to make enough money off of it, well,
it's got to go back into hobby status.
It's got to go back into hobby status, which means I only do it when I have time. And given all the things I'm doing now to make money, I might not be able to very often. That's all. All right, let's see. Who did go? I haven't done a... I did do one.
Kakazu Hispano donated $2. How about I give you some anyway? Hey, thanks, man.
Really appreciate it. Thank you so much. That really, really means a lot. Let's go.
I have a little bit of a... Grimlock says I have a little bit of a theory that the one person who keeps flagging your videos is the same person who keeps sending the bots into the chats on live streams.
If there is someone sending bots into the chat, that could be it. I do notice that in all of my videos, well, not all, but most of my big videos, I always have at least 1 or 2 dislikes. Always, every time. And I think they're just dedicated haters. So I know I've got them. Don't get me wrong, that's just par for the course. Every YouTuber has dedicated haters. Every big YouTuber has dedicated haters. I just know that's par for the course. I just wonder if any were, like, what?
Aaron just said, what can men do against such reckless hate?
To quote Lord of the Rings, how did it come to this?
Years of deficit state.
I meant metaphysically.
Oh, sorry.
One of my favorite lines. Do you trust your king?
I did until you said that.
I love riffing those movies. Guys, also a little announcement for you guys, if I still have anyone watching at this point.
You have 48 people, dude. You're good.
48 people, that's impressive. So if just so y'all know, eventually, me and Lark and a few others, I'm trying to get Hannah involved. I'm gonna try to get Jay, maybe some other people involved. We're gonna try to do a live stream playing the Rift Tracks game. That'll promise to be really funny. I think that'll be hysterically funny because I love Rift Tracks. I love making fun of movie scenes. That should be a lot of fun. That should be a lot of fun. So if anyone wants to log in for that will be really, really great. All right. So this is the second to last match of the night. After this match, we'll go into one more breach where we play Magi.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty good night, I must say. I don't know why I wanted to go PK. I feel like PK doesn't get much love anymore. Oh yeah, that's right, because it requires 3 hits just to take down a breach minion.
Do you or will you ever do duels or brawls with subs? Probably not on live streams, but we have done it before. Will you also ever consider doing For Honor gameplay as a staple on your channel?
I mean, gameplay, probably not. I'm not good at the game. I am really not good at the game. I'm very much garbage. I mostly just do history, realism, lore, stuff like that.
Alright.
You would be better served to go to Marco Yolo, Slanderous, John the Liner, folks like that. They're going to be better.
Anyway, Brother Lorca says, anyway, gotta go. I wish you a joyous afternoon and weekend, Raven and Lark, as well as the rest of the audience. I shall see you later.
Thank you very much. See you later, and expect another video hopefully tomorrow.
Yep. And this is Anthony says, Hannah, your baby's here.
Yes, everyone knows that PK is Hannah's baby. And her name is Nora, for those who do not remember.
Jaguar just dropped $5. I have a suggestion that maybe you should expand to Twitch and Instagram. It could get you more followers and maybe creators.
Twitch and Instagram? I suppose I could
Twitch, possibly, because I think you can actually stream on YouTube and Twitch simultaneously.
Is that possible? I don't know.
I know like Total War did it for a time. He only does YouTube now, but I know some people do it. And some people, what they do is they'll do their Twitch streams and then they'll upload them to YouTube after they're done.
Tell you what, I will consider doing a Twitch stream. I will consider making a Twitch stream. I know John DeLiner does those a lot.
You, Tony? Then may I join you in the horrible gameplay club, Raven? Sure! There's water's warm! Join us!
You merely wore the bad gameplay. I was born into it.
Molded by it.
I am the shit tier player. Don't let tonight fool you. I'm actually really, really bad at this game. I just get lucky. Look at Nora. She hot. She's a good-looking lady. That's right, Nora. Got that blood on your mouth. You've been eating people.
No, that's Shaman's territory.
Don't be stepping into Shaman's territory. She's her own brand of crazy.
Hold on. Let's see. Hey, Raven. This may seem off topic, but are you an ice hockey fan? If you are, what's your favorite team?
I've never really been that into hockey. I've seen like one game.
No, we've seen more. There was one, it was a local team. It was the Irmo, or the Dalmatians, or...
Oh, yeah, I do remember that. Well, we never really got that much into it, I'll be real honest.
We enjoyed going to watch the games live, though. It was just a small local town thing. I mean, in the middle of South Carolina, we had no business having an ice hockey team, but we had it, and it was fun to go watch. Alright. Computer behave. Okay, let's see. There's a suspicious lack of leg breaking on this Nora's part. Hey Raven, what girl would you date from the manga My Girlfriend is a T-Rex?
Okay.
That existed.
No, it does. It does. I have both manga volumes. It's hysterical. So for those who don't know, I was asked in my Discord the other day, what are some manga that I recommend since I read manga sometimes. I'm not a huge weeb, but I do enjoy some manga out there, and I was asked if there were any I recommend. I gave a short list of manga that I recommend, and one of them was My Girlfriend is a T-Rex. And the whole setup is that dinosaurs didn't go extinct, they just evolved to look more humanoid. except they will still have like certain dinosaur aspects to them. And in one of them, this dude runs into a T-Rex girl who is dumb as a stick, and thinks she's more badass and deadly than she actually is, which is really funny. It's a very cute comic. I enjoyed it. But there are only 3 girls that I know of in it that are really noticeable. There are more, I don't remember. There was the T-Rex, of course. There was a raptor girl, but she's very materialistic and kind of a bitch. I wouldn't want to date her. And then there's an ankylosaur who is really shy because she's very strong and accidentally breaks things all the time. I feel for her, but I think she'd start breaking my bones accidentally, and that'd be kind of dangerous. Probably date the T-Rex, because she's cute in a very aggressive kind of way. I don't know how else to describe it.
Once ago, so like the Super Mario Bros. Live action movie scenario. Ironically,
yes. Kinda, yeah.
Oh, please let that be the inspiration for this mod. Please let the creator just watch that movie.
If you haven't heard of My Girlfriend is a T-Rex, check it out.
It's one of those things where Japan says, this is the dumbest idea I've ever heard of. Give it a manga.
But that's what's so amazing about manga, man. We were just talking about this not long ago, man. The crazy thing about manga is they embrace the absurd. They embrace the stupid. They say, could this crazy idea actually sell? Could we actually give this to the general public? Let's try it. Let's just see what happens. And people eat it up. They love the stuff. Like, the idea that you could date a T-Rex chick. It's stupid. It's one of those things that if you brought it to a Hollywood executive, they go, what the hell is this? Get this out of my office. But take it to a manga writer, I will make this.
Bro, snorts a line of coke.
Woo! Yeah!
Let's do it!
Let's fucking go!
Would you play a different medieval game such as Morehouse or Chivalry 3? There's a Chivalry 3. I thought Chivalry 2 just came out not too long ago.
I only knew that there was a Chivalry 2. I didn't know there was a Chivalry 3.
Oh, no, Chivalry 2, he corrected himself. I was about to say, like, when did this happen?
I have never played Morehouse. I don't have a lot of interest in it. I think it's overrated.
Chivalry 2 is okay.
I played Chivalry 2. It's really just bopping each other in the head with swords over and over.
It can be a fun experience.
It's comedic, but I prefer For Honor.
I particularly like the voice lines in Chivalry 2. A lot of those are fun.
Some of them are fun. But I just prefer For Honor. For Honor's just got more diversity to me.
Yo, Raven, are you also into philosophy?
Yeah, I am.
You could maybe expand your content with it, though, not gonna lie, that would be also risky. Internet philosophers tend to be pretentious, even over simple opinions. Yeah, some can't come off looking at you orange, correct?
Well, I do some philosophy videos. Like, I did one where I talked about the philosophy of Kung Fu Panda, where I talked about Taoism in Kung Fu Panda, which was actually well received. I think a lot of people liked that one. I was going to do one on Shifu, but lots of things have happened since then, and I kind of just forgot to work on it. That's the biggest problem with me. I'll have a great idea and then just forget. Welcome to my world.
Aaron says, I'm just glad that the siege of the tsundere has mostly ended where, like, in the 90s, every main girl was a tsundere.
Oh, yeah,
I had to do a double take because I thought Siege of the Tsundere was an actual thing for a second.
Siege of the Imagine that as a game mode in For Honor. Siege of the Tsundere. God, that would
just
be crazy.
Idiot punches your character.
the commander, like the final commander, is like some anime girl. It's like, Baka! Just blast you across the room.
I would have to play like Apollyon just to like eyes glow kill.
And then the final execution, be gone! Fox! I can't breathe. That'd be such a fun game mode. Oh!
Hey Raven, since you're doing execution grading, I think you should do minion kill animations. Did they take those out?
They took them out, but I'm sure we can find a video of someone who's having fun.
Yeah, maybe we can look at it. I'd kill her in a bit like that. We did it, boys. We killed him.
This is so funny.
That would be as funny as... that would be hysterical.
That would be the funniest. That would be the funniest game mode ever.
Get some specific executions and emotes for some of the female heroes.
Come on, let's be honest. They've already started adding anime stuff to this game as it is.
Yep.
So why not? Just do it. Just go all out and do it.
I love that signature for Peacekeeper, but it works best with Shugoki.
It does. It really does. All right, last match of the night. Let's get ready. We got to go Magi.
I would see Apollyon as a Tsundere. No, that's a Yandere. Right?
No, that's a Yandere. Apollyon is a Yandere.
Yeah.
Tsundere would be... maybe Shaman?
No, not Shaman. I would say Valkyrie or Nusha.
I could see Valk as a Tsundere, yeah.
Raven's next video. Which For Honor heroes are Tsunderes?
Which For Honor heroes are
Singular heading scraping the bottom of the barrel.
I have been asked to do a For Honor Best Girl video. I have no intention of doing it.
April Fools will come around.
April Fools will come around again, and I may do it then. Or my April Fool video will be why For Honor sucked, and I'll never play it again.
Nobushi is such a good housewife, a deadly one at that.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Nobushi is, I think, best girl to settle down with. Peacekeeper is best short-term relationship.
Hey Raven, what if we took Breach and turned the Ram into a giant gingerbread man with the Shrek 2 cover of I Need a Hero playing? Thoughts?
That's stepping into some dangerous territory.
Yes, indeed. I'm all for it.
Wow, all of us are going Magi. Wow, holy crap. But I am the king of Magi. I am the king, Croc. Oh, by the way, this is the Team Wa skin. This is what Team Wa, my Legends character, will look like. So when I finally do the Legends vid, this is what you will see.
Nobushi's not a Yandere. That's Shaman.
Shaman's a cannibal.
Exactly.
So how do y'all like Team Wa's look? Things went really quiet.
Remember, there's a lag here.
I know.
They approve.
Good. That means progress.
Person drip. Remember, Team-Wa crawled directly out of the Nile. He's still dripping.
I made that joke too. I won't blame you for it.
Looks like SCP-682 escaped again. No, this is his cousin.
This is his cousin, Charles. Didn't we just defend this region? Now we're attacking it? What is this?
Hey Raven, hear me out. Crocodile men with power on them. I'm interested.
I am very interested. But that's not the real question. It should be crocodile women with power on them.
Because we're not sexist.
We're not sexist. Everyone... That's the difference between me and most of the people, all those people who say, women can't be authorities. Everyone, regardless of gender, has the right to fight for the infuriating and kill filthy Thanos.
Hey Raven and Lark, opinions on Joker 2019?
You mean the movie?
Yeah. You know the one with Joaquin Phoenix?
Yeah, I know. I thought it was good. I thought it was pretty good. I mean, it's not my kind of movie, to be honest, but...
If Warhammer-based theme and For Honor win, we've been begging for one for a while.
Hey, I am making a story.
For Honor and Glory.
For Honor and Glory, check it out. It is For Honor meets Warhammer 40k.
And the war.
Sorry, I was killing minions. I didn't mean to hit you. Warden, what are you doing?
Ooh, Joseph Dominguez just dropped $10. Hey, do you guys think that Medjay's lack of skin color from black to white is a huge problem? And do you think that they should just keep it true to history, black and traditionally white, etc.?
Okay, so thank you first of all for the $10, and I will now answer this question for the record, because I think a lot of people misunderstand my stance on this. Because I've brought it up in 2 different videos, And so I want to set the record straight. So please, everyone, pay close attention because I'm tired of saying this over and over again. So here it is. Here's my thoughts on the skin color issue with Magi. Slanderous made a video talking about it where he said that Ubisoft was racist for making Magi dark-skinned locked, where he could not be white-skinned like every other hero. I do not believe this is a racist choice. In fact, I don't even think it's a big deal. It is not a game-breaking thing. It is purely cosmetic. It's the same way I feel about gender-locked characters. It doesn't break the way the character is used. It's purely cosmetic. People who bitch about, well, why is Pirate only a female? Why is Magi only a male? Why is Warmonger only a female? I don't care. Would I prefer if there was no gender locking? Sure. Would I prefer if Magi could have more skin colors? Sure. But I don't think it's a game-breaking thing. What I do think it is it is very inconsistent. Up until now, every hero, you have had the option to make them pale white or very dark black. Now, historically, this is inaccurate. Most Vikings, knights, samurai, and Chinese warriors historically were Asian or white, not black. You could get away with maybe a black gladiator, maybe a black samurai if you wanted to make a Yasuke reference, but other than that, you probably would have pure-on white or Asian nationality. But I did not mind making your characters black because it is all cosmetics. Historical accuracy is not what they were going for. They were wanting to get full representation and allowing everyone to make their character the way they wanted to. I understood. That's why I said nothing and allowed it to be. But now suddenly things have changed. We now have a character, Magi, who is locked dark skin. Now, is this racist? No, but it is inconsistent. I have to ask Ubisoft, why did you choose to do that? And the obvious answer that many people have given me, it's historically accurate. Okay, but I didn't think historical accuracy was on the menu. I thought we took that out for this game because cosmetics was what was most important. That diversity was what was most important. Allowing us to create our own character our own way was what was most important. This is inconsistent. Now, do I think that they were being a little woke with this decision and decided, you know what, we're going to cater a little bit? Possibly. Possibly. But like I said, I don't think it's a game-breaking thing. I personally don't care. It doesn't hurt Magi for me. Do I wish that they hadn't done it? Sure, I would prefer that they would have kept it consistent with all the other heroes. Now that they have done this, I'm kindly going to request, okay, then in that case, can you go back and change the skin colors for all the other characters so that they can be historically accurate too? Well, no, you see, we're not going to do that. So I do think it is inconsistent and a bit of a double standard. But I personally don't give a fart. I personally am not. I'm not going to make a video going, okay, Ubisoft is just so racist because of what they did with Magi. No, because I don't care. Racism, as far as I'm concerned, is the malicious desire to make another race lesser by virtue of their race. It means that they made the active decision to say, screw white people, we're going to make a black hero. And I don't think that was their intention or goal. I don't think that's what they intended to do. I have no evidence to suggest that they did. No one does. It doesn't. Now, does it hurt the game? No. Do I wish it wasn't? Yeah. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. I'll take it.
It's not a game changer.
It doesn't ruin the game for me. So, if you agree with Slanders and think it's racist, you're free to. If you think that I'm overreacting and saying, no, it's perfectly fine, I disagree. I think that it is a double standard, and I think it is inconsistent, and that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. It's a double standard, and it's inconsistent. There. That's my point on it. That's all I want to say about it. People keep saying, you're racist, Raven. Why? How am I racist? I don't know.
Yeah, well, 9 times out of 10, if you accused of racism on the internet, it's for something completely unrelated. Yeah. Anyway. Oh, by the way, Dragon Slayer says, hey Raven, I was looking through the For Honor wiki and I was reading on the lore for the Battle of the Eclipse, and it turns out they put your Daubeny theory into it where he saves Holden.
What? What? Yes! Oh my gosh, that's awesome!
When are we getting royalties?
Ubisoft, you have officially acknowledged me in my existence.
I expect payment.
I expect you to adhere as such.
Speaking of payment, Joseph Dominguez just dropped another $10.
Hey!
Agreed, it's not a deal breaker for me as well. I love Medjay's moveset. I think the inconsistency is annoying, but I would love to see maybe different cultures appearing later too. Aztec, Persians, so cool. Hey man, thanks for dropping the money.
Thank you for dropping the money. I appreciate your understanding. My big thing is I'm just tired of people calling me racist because I point out the inconsistency. People say, why are you... People have told me, you're so racist for pointing this out. You're so racist. You don't want black people. I do. I don't care. Like, you don't hear me complaining about it? And then there'll be people who go, why are you ragging on Slanderous? He was just speaking his mind. I'm not ragging on him. I'm just pointing out that he made a video. He pointed this out. Wow, am I racist? People who know me know... People who know me know that I'm not racist. They know my stance.
That's what we got. You gotta ignore it. It's like, I've been called a whole heck of a lot worse on the internet. You've been called a heck of a lot worse on the internet. It's par for the course at this point. If you dare have an opinion, you're a bigot of some variety.
It's true. You're guilty of some kind of wrong thing.
Yep. Let's see. You made it, Raven. Now that you're famous, don't forget about us. Never.
I would never forget you guys.
Tio, that will be the rash foot. People just overreact all the time.
They do. That's the nature of the world, unfortunately.
Yep.
People just wanting to overreact, man. People just wanting to be cringe. Hello. You're dead.
Tim Wolfking made his own custom Blackfire called Sarah. That's cool.
Cool.
Basically, like, suffered from childhood, wanted to work through that pain with the Blackfire.
I like that. That's a cool story, man. I like Deborah better, but yours is good too.
Whooped a little sensitive.
Like, it's okay. I could have done better, that's all.
Rule number 1 of the internet, never say any opinion on Twitter. You will be burned at the stake.
Oh, that's why I don't have Twitter. That's why I don't use Twitter, because
I still technically have the I had to remake a Twitter account because I can't get back into my old one. For I don't know why. I had to get it so I could make the tier lists for the Assassin's Creed videos. Oh, Joseph Dominguez dropped $5 this time. It's the internet. The internet The internet reality is very different from day to day. People fail to see nuance in words and meanings. Hope you guys are well. Appreciate it. Appreciate the $5 again. But again, we appreciate donations, but don't break the bank on us, fellas.
Yeah, for sure. But again, I do appreciate it. I really do.
Yep.
Come on, guys, break this thing down.
Careful there.
Red. Let me through, let me through. I want to kill.
Inner gate destroyed. Kill the commander.
Kill the commander. All right, buddy. All right,
Twitter
Buckarooski.
called me autistic, but I never saw the appeal to social media. No, buddy, you were just wiser than the rest of us. You were ahead of your time. I remember getting excited for like when I turned 13 so I could have a Facebook account, and then when I got it, I had no idea what to do with it because every time I'd go to post something, I would come to the conclusion, no one really cares. Why would I bother posting it?
I got me with the revenge.
Hey Raven, they also the name of your warmonger as an official warmonger you fought in the Forged Tales of Rebellion.
Wait, what? Repeat that? I didn't understand what
Hey
was
Raven,
said.
they also have the name of your warmonger as an official warmonger you fought in the Forged Tales of Rebellion.
You cannot best me.
Really? Is it the same design as my warmonger? I'll need to check that.
Ubisoft give Raven some royalties. You're dang right, Reblock.
I know, right? Notice me.
Just banging on the Montreal headquarters.
Notice me! No!
I already decided that if I could have a black prior speak like Joshua Graham Matthew's voice with those lines as legendary. You're dang right, Nick.
Out of my way, people. I've got to kill!
And if we could get a Centurion with Legate Linnaeus's voice, that would be amazing.
Well, we won, boy. Yeah, all of us doing the same. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah! Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. That was epic. That was epic right there.
Alright.
Rep
This
7
just
wins.
said Raven Knight becomes CEO of Ubisoft. Ooh, we're making some changes.
Ooh! Well, I've got a few changes I'd like to make.
First of all, there will be no more out of Animus sessions and Assassin's Creed. No one cares.
Or maybe I'll just do what Elon Musk jokingly would have done with Twitter, you know? Say, all right, everyone, write down your preferred pronouns. Anyone who added anything, get out of here. Get out of here. I don't even want to see. All right. I think that's going to fill us out. All right, if we
GG,
have...
Raven. Oh, Duke's Devil, were you in there?
Duke's Devil, were you a part of that?
Check. Oh, no, you're
I'm already gone. I can't check. But I believe it. I believe it. Thanks for joining me for that fight. That was a lot of fun. I had a great time.
You're right, Levi, but it's a cool voice.
All right.
Oh, he was in there.
Yeah,
Cool.
sweet. Thanks for joining me. That was a lot of fun. All right. Well, with that all out of the way, what?
But I'm on it.
Well, if y'all have any questions, go ahead and send them my way while I'm...
Does he notice me? Yes, Derry, we notice you. Just remove magic? Huh? What?
Remove magic, what?
Oh, here we go. Raven, how strong is the Roman army and For Honor? Have they conquered some lands?
According to the For Honor lore, the Roman army no longer exists. The Centurions are all that remain of it, and they are just helping out the Knight faction.
So, according to lore, though, like they did have a large empire. So we don't know the extent of it, but we do know they had one.
We can probably assume that it was about the size and strength of the old Roman Empire.
Alright. Hey Raven, I'm going to make my own version of Space Marines and make male and female versions. Oh, cool.
Go for it. I've made a female Space Marine chapter called the Basilisk Legion.
Yeah, what you want to do, if you want to make it sort of custom, you can sort of make one legion, you can make two legions, one female, one male.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Hey Raven, have you read anything by Machiavelli more than just The Prince?
I think I've only read The Prince.
Roman army versus ancient Chinese army.
That is a very good question, and it depends highly on what era of China we're talking about, because China had several eras.
Because we're talking about at their peak, like at the Han versus the peak of the Roman.
If we're talking peak China versus peak Rome.
Well, if we go with just peaks, because
okay, we're saying
the main.
No guns, no black powder weaponry. We're talking just medieval style combat.
Well, then that would be Byzantines for the Romans.
Yep, that would be Byzantines for the Romans.
Then,
That would be very tough to call.
Antiquity, though, like the imperial Rome that's of popular imagination versus like Han China.
Yeah.
I'd have to give it to Rome. On
Yeah,
that one.
if we're talking Han Chinese versus Roman antiquity, yeah, Rome's got it. Rome's got it because better organized, better technology, excellent economy too, like absolutely stellar economy. Yeah, I think that they're gonna take it. I think they're gonna take it.
Interesting. If Sarah and Deborah met, do you think the two of them would get along?
Who's Sarah?
Sarah is his Black Prior we were talking about that he made.
They might. I would need to know more about Sarah in order to answer that question.
All right, let's see. Hey Raven, would a race of centaurs but with dinosaur halves instead of horses be cursed, or would it be interesting or both? Just got inspired by the manga concept.
Well, actually, that's kind of what the manga concept we talk about is. They're basically centaurs, but with dinosaur parts.
It's a dinosaur.
Holy freaking shit. I don't think that'd be cursed. I think it'd be hilarious.
As long as you don't take it too seriously, I think you could have a lot of fun with it.
That's the way it often is.
Oh, and they're wondering, since you covered the Halo series, are you gonna do the same thing with the Rings of Power?
If they release the first episode on YouTube, yes. If they release the first episode on YouTube, yes. I'm not getting a subscription to anything just so that I can download an episode. But if the only reason I did the first episode of the first episode of Halo was because they released it on YouTube and I could download it off of YouTube and mock it.
Okay, here's an interesting one. Big Glocks asks, why don't Jews believe Jesus is the Messiah?
There's a lot of reasons. The big one being that when Jesus was around, the Pharisees didn't want him to be the Messiah and were terrified of what he had to say. They believed, the Jewish leaders at the time when Jesus was around, they were talking about the Messiah because they thought the Messiah was going to be this great warrior who came in and freed them from Roman oppression. That's not what happened. Jesus showed up and he said, I'm the Messiah, I'm the Son of God. And they called this silly and blasphemy. They thought that he would just disappear. Instead, he gains a huge following, starts performing miracles that no one can deny, so they become afraid. If this person is who he says he is, then he could take away our power. If he is the Son of God, or even if he's not the Son of God, if he's just a really strong preacher, the people like him. And he's calling us hypocrites. He's calling us dishonest. He's calling us wrong. He's calling us out. He could take us down and rule the Jews. The Jews will like him more than us, and we don't want that. So they betrayed him, turned him over to Rome. Rome looked at Jesus and said, we don't see anything wrong with him necessarily. They said, well, if you don't execute him, we'll start revolting. And they were like, Pilate, who was basically the governor of the Jews at that time, went, fine, kill him, but I don't want any part of it. So they did. And now the Jews officially say, this is what they officially say in the Talmud, Jesus was a really good preacher who we misunderstood at the time, but he wasn't the Messiah. Why? Because if he was the Messiah, then that means, for one thing, we have to accept Gentiles, because Jesus forgave the Gentiles too, and the Jews don't want to accept the Gentiles for the most part. And two, it means that a lot of their traditions and livelihoods and special status goes out the window.
Yeah, well, there's a lot to it, and honestly, today, it would very much depend on which Jewish person you ask.
Right, I'm talking about in a general sense.
Yeah, and of course in a general sense. And and there was a follow-up question like, why don't Christians just view Jesus as a prophet, rather than say they believe he'd given the extra status as the Son of God and part of the Trinity. That goes in the fact that if you read the Gospel, Jesus clearly outlines and says that he is God. He is
Jesus says very clearly that he is the Son of God.
He's the I am of the Exodus.
He makes it very clear. He is not just a prophet. He is not just a soothsayer. He's not just a strong speaker. He is the Son of God. He is the Messiah. He is Emmanuel, which is God with us. He fulfills the prophecy that was said about him. So he made it very clear he is not just a prophet. Mm-hmm. But if you ask the Jewish populace or you ask them Muslim populace, they will say otherwise. Hey, look at that. We got a chick on his blade. Look at that. See, she's clearly got a boob line. It's crazy.
Anyway.
Wait, what's the name of that?
Let's see. Funny story, when I heard your video about Demon Slayer, I had a terrible nightmare about being chased by a demon girl, except she was a blonde for some reason. Got bloody pounced on. Was that a complete nightmare, or were there some benefits?
I mean, you may have died, but was it enjoyable?
Is that the worst way to go, is all I'm saying?
I can't think it's the worst way to go out.
We're Christian, Joseph. We're Christian.
We're Christian. We are Christian.
Okay, let's see. Oh, here's an interesting one. Hey, Lark, do you think Caesar's Legion or a branch of them could come back in future Fallout games? If yes, how should it be handled? They're a pretty fun bad guy, so you could easily work them in. I think it might be interesting to see if like one of Kaiser had like out east had a commander that sort of broke off and maybe tried to pull like a Constantine and sort of reform the Legion to make it a little more kosher, for lack of a better term. That might be interesting to see that happen. Let's see. Hey, Raven and Lark, crossover question. How would Joseph Graham feel about Joseph Seed?
He would consider him a heretic of the highest order.
Yep. Because if you play, because I'll eventually get to the limitations, but if you play Far Cry 5, you'll notice there is no emphasis on Jesus.
I don't think they mention Jesus. I don't think that Eden's Gate, the members of Eden's Gate, never mention Jesus.
And they always say it's like you have to give reverence to the Father, and they're not talking about God the Father, they're talking about Joseph's seed himself. And that's not, like, that goes beyond just prophethood status. So that is highly heretical in multiple different religions. So, yeah.
Joseph's seed is a heretic. He is a false prophet. He is everything that Joshua Graham would want to destroy.
Hey, respect you too, Joseph. Let's see. I think I died. I remember being squeezed or something, then woke up flailing my arms around and got late for work. That had to be interesting to explain to the boss. Why are you late? Okay, so there was this blonde demon chick. That's ridiculous. Keep going.
That's outlandish and heretical. Keep going.
But for educational purposes, I'd like to know more. Random question. Does anyone wish Apollyon came back and confronted Astria about what she's doing? I sure do. Well,
that'd be cool.
Yeah,
I'd be down for that.
I wouldn't mind saying something like that. Crossover of the century right there.
Yep. All right, those are some good questions. Any more?
How would Luffy feel about Captain Jack Sparrow?
He'd be okay with him. Luffy's pretty chill with anybody.
He would be really like him if he was introduced to him via the Michael Bolton song.
This is the tale of Captain Jack Sparrow. Anyway.
I firmly believe that if everyone just chilled the hell out and respected everyone else's opinion, the world would be better and more advanced place. I think if everyone took that chill pill, I think there would be a lot of less problems.
Yeah, well, the problem is that's just not the way it is.
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, my point exactly.
Hey, Raven, what editing software do you use?
I use VideoPad Video Editor. It's not the best, but it's pretty decent. Because I don't think my computer could handle anything else, to be perfectly honest.
Well, the only context I got for how she looks was a quick glance at the thumbnail. Everything my brain filled in the blanks made it her blonde for some reason. The brain wants one at once, wants a guard. I'm sorry, but that's just how it works. Honestly, religious debates are so interesting, but so many people can't handle questions being asked. Respect y'all for engaging in actual conversation.
You know, the thing is, the Bible teaches us, I can't remember which verse it is, but it says, always have an answer for their questions. Essentially, study, learn, ask questions, be skeptical. The idea is you want to learn more about your faith so that when you are asked questions, you're more prepared to answer those questions. Okay, here's how I'll approach this. This is the best way to answer it. You shouldn't shrink away from the discussion. You shouldn't shrink away from the debate. It's fair to say, I don't have those answers. You may want to ask someone more knowledgeable. But to just say, hey, you know what, I don't want to have this conversation. Or, you're just ignorant. That doesn't help anybody. Because our goal is to help bring the gospel to everybody. And we can't do that if we shrink away from the conversation. Mm-hmm. But the Bible also teaches us, do not consort with enemies of the word. Do not consort with enemies of the son. The idea is, if there's a person who just has no interest in learning about the gospel, they have no desire to learn, they just want to shame you and bring you down and hurt you or harass you, you dust the dirt off of your sandals and you move on. You do not cast your pearls before swine.
Let's see. Okay. Raven, what does your Nucia look like?
I have 2 looks for Nucia.
Well, we got time. Let's show 'em.
Yeah, let's show 'em. This is the first one. I call it Pink Paradise because she's very pink. And then we have my warrior.
The Fire Nation.
Yeah, very much the Fire Nation. I have another, but I'm still working out her kinks. I think she looks really good, though. I like the chainmail look. Well, not chainmail, sorry, scale.
Hey, Raven and Mark, I'm going to try and make Scythian Space Marines. Do you have any sites or videos that can help me with history? Again, Kings and Generals.
Kings and Generals is your best bet, man.
I think Invicta might also have something on that, but I'd have to check.
I don't know. I do not know.
Hey, Raven, which ideology do you think is more interesting to study history-wise, fascism or imperialism?
I think all are fascinating to study, But imperialism is going to give you a lot more variety because different cultures will have different aspects and approaches to imperialism. Whereas fascism has only been tried, I think, 3 times, and each time has met with similar results.
Short run, that fascism.
Yeah, you know, you had the Italians, the Germans, and I think there was one South American country that tried it at one point.
Basically, I think Chile, I believe it was.
I think Chile, you think?
He wasn't like completely fascist, but he was like flirting with it at the very least.
Well, fascism has only been tried a few times. Imperialism has existed for a very long time. And no, and people always say, imperialism is evil. Shut up. There's a lot more context and nuance to imperialism that people leave out.
Well, my problem isn't people that say that imperialism is evil. I can respect them taking that stance. My problem is when they say imperialism is wrong when you do it. When my guys do it.
That's my point. That's my point. It's only wrong when the other guy does it, but it's okay when we do it. I'm like, that's where the context and nuance comes in. It's like, okay, why is yours better? Why is mine bad but yours better?
No, Cambodia was communist.
Cambodia was a communist country.
Yep.
Very hardcore communist, too.
I know this is a For Honor stream, but I recently got Dead by Daylight and I've been having tons of fun. Yeah, we do DVD content.
I do some DVD content from time to time. I gotta do the next Survivor video at some point.
What is imperialism? Basically, the desire to basically expand your country and... Well, there's not just expansion, but there's more facets to it. It's a whole... Think what every European country was trying to do in the 19th century.
Right.
Basically, one of the main causes of World War I, the I in the main causes.
Right.
There's a long list that can go into it. Actually, one of our new teachers that we just hired on, like his dissertation for his master's was on American imperialism, which was interesting. Hearts of Iron 4 says Peru was fascist. You gotta watch them Peruvians. Yeah, the problem with Hearts of Iron 4, the default is they just have 4, like, they have democracy, even if it's not necessarily a direct democracy, communism, fascism, and unaligned. And unaligned could be whatever. So, others, like, there's the Millennium Dawn mod and the Kaiserreich mod. They do a better job of dividing up political ideologies. Bolivia is said to be overlooked. Yes, it is. I'm making a For Honor execution montage for every hero in the game. Come and watch Zanhu's. I think the Ip Man theme fits well with it. I can see why you go with Ip Man. How much study do you think someone needs to do in a certain topic before they have a credible opinion? Well, that's an interesting question.
Well, depends on what they're talking about in terms of it. If I were to do a discussion on slavery in America, I would have had to have done enough research to understand, first of all, how slavery began, why it was seen as necessary, how the slaves came to be transported, how they were sold, what work they would have to do, what they were regularly asked to do, how long it lasted, a general consensus of who owned slaves and where, and then what led to them being freed and why we don't practice it anymore. Those would be areas that I would want to know. Because that way, when someone says, okay, can you talk about why slavery was done, I have enough research to be able to answer that question. If I leave out any of that, I might not be able to fully answer the question. And I think that's something that a lot of people miss. I think a lot of people know slavery happened, but they don't know a lot of the details as to why or how. Like, for example, there was this, I don't remember who said it, but they said that slaves were kidnapped from Africa. That women, children, and men from Africa were kidnapped and taken to America. It's not how it happened. They were sold. You see, what happened was African warlords warred with each other. Defeated tribes and peoples would be captured and treated as slaves. And then when the slave industry came to Africa from Europe, they saw that they were selling slaves and said, hey, sell to us. And they said,
by the Portuguese for getting into that market.
Yeah, the Portuguese really stepped into that market.
What's funny is the Portuguese actually did try the whole kidnapping method, but it was so unprofitable. It did not work.
Well, the problem is they're going into foreign territory trying to kidnap people who know the land. So it was more profitable to buy from locals who were already selling them. So the idea that, we just went in and kidnapped slaves, that's not how that worked. We bought them from people who had already captured them. But no one wants to talk about that. In fact, someone said that I was racist and evil for insinuating that black people would be at all responsible for the slave trade. And my response is, no. I'm not saying black people were responsible. I'm saying Africans had a hand in the African slave trade.
So, like, it was a complex thing, and it grew out of the Arabic slave trade.
Correct. So the whole idea that, my point being, my overall point is this: people need to do more research than the bare basics. You need to at least have a passion. What I would say is ask a question. Now research to answer that question. And anything that branches off from that, go for it. So, for example, when I was researching Magi, I had to ask, who were the Magi? I looked it up. They were an ethnicity. But that can't be all there was to it, right? So I did some more research. I looked into the Egyptian military. I said, oh, they were built up of this, this, and that. They used this, this, and that. During this period, they developed this weaponry. During this period, they developed the chariot. During this period, they did this. I kept asking questions until eventually I had built a further understanding of the Magi. I wanted to learn more based on various questions. I didn't just go, okay, the Magi was an ethnicity, done. You know, that's not proper research. That's not proper scholarship. You really need to dedicate yourself and make a purpose out of what you're trying to discover, especially when going into controversial discussions like slavery and the like. Any other questions?
Let's see. Which character will be next in the Legend series? Teamwa.
Teamwa's next. This bad boy right here.
Yeah.
That is the next character in the Legend series.
All right. Let's see. Do you guys think ideologies are something everyone will fall under? Like it or not, like you most likely might be another. It's like, I think, personally, it's, you can choose to align with an ideology at the end of the day, but I think even if you try and stray from it, to a certain degree, you will develop your own ideology.
I think we all, whether we like it or not, eventually develop some kind of way we see the world. We may not walk lockstep with an ideology as it stands. We may pick and choose different aspects, but I don't think we'll ever, be 100%.
It's not like ideologies aren't so concrete an idea that everybody picks and they even when you pick one ideology, you'll fragment and branch out. Like someone says oh, I'm a libertarian ideology, but libertarians will have vastly different beliefs in certain things. You'll have people that say oh, I'm liberal or conservative, but they'll have varying different beliefs in that it branches out.
Right. All right, anything else?
All right, I think that's about it.
All right, well then in that case...
Anthony says, is that cat can? Appreciate that.
All right, well thank you guys so much for watching the stream tonight. Couple of things to say before we go. I'm going to be releasing another For Honor video sometime tomorrow. That is my hope, so look forward to that. Like I said, starting next week, things are going to get very busy. I don't know when I'll be able to upload more stuff. Things are going to be slow for a while, at least until I get used to my new schedules and the like. I'm going to try to get stuff uploaded as frequently as I can. Like I said, guys, money's tight right now. Either someone has been purposefully flagging my videos, or I've been getting harassed by YouTube. Whatever the case, YouTube is not as profitable as it needs to be for me, so I'm having to work more jobs. I'm having to stay more active. If you want to help support the channel, please... Nah, I'm done tonight. If you want to help support the channel, please consider going to the Patreon and becoming a patron, or going to the Teespring store and purchasing some merchandise. Hannah and I are working on some more merch to add to the store. Thank you guys again so much for joining me tonight. It has been a blast. I look forward to next week. And as always, I will see you guys in my next video. Take care.
Have a good one, guys.